Mythos Busters, investigating the mystery, monsters, and madness of Arkham Horror, the card game.
Hello, and welcome to Mythos Busters. I'm Sean. Joining me tonight, I have Scott.
Hello.
Hey, Scott. How's
Hi.
it going?
Oh, so good.
Are you excited? I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, since our last show, I've just been dying to chat about this. So,
Well, I'm so glad because you're gonna eat your fill in the next little while here. We also have Justin. How's it going, Justin?
Hey, boys.
Are you excited to
Get fact.
Oh, yeah!
it's time for you to get fat.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go, baby.
That shock DJ cut. Oh, man. Yeah, Reed. So I don't know if anyone, there's probably people here who don't know, but I made a little stinger for whenever we did an FAQ episode, and every time there's a new FAQ, I add another sound effect. So now it's just this absolute cacophony of noises, and I wanted to be like those like shock jock DJ morning guys who are just obnoxious as hell. So
I love that we have multiple people calling out that they're glad they were not in their car when it comes through, and that it happens every time we do this. It's a recurring theme because again, you make it so good, Scott.
there is the like the car driving by sound too, which is just like, oh, the Morgul Dolphin.
Oh, the Morgul Dolphin. Oh, man. The in-jokes go so deep, you guys. It's stupid. We've been at this for way too long.
Yeah.
All right, but cool. We've got not one, but two FAQ drops that we have yet to cover, and Scott has been gracious enough to do the preliminary research, and let's dive in. Scott, run the show.
Yeah, so we got the 2.4 FAQ in July of last year, and we were on break, so we didn't really get to chat about it. So not a huge lot of things that came out in that FAQ, and I mean, the fact that we have 2.5 now, we can skip over some other stuff. But just as far as erratas go, there's a big one for Drowned City in the Western Wall, so you don't have to advance at certain points. You can actually like stick around and like keep looking for collectibles, like the glyphs and stuff like that, which is super nice. That's pretty much it. That was really big, besides the taboo list, which I think is, for me, the thing I immediately scroll right to the taboo list.
Now, I had an ambition to sit and scroll the FAQ as we talked through it, but oh boy, this thing has gotten long, and I still haven't found the first thing you've talked about. So
It is hefty. And
maybe I'll just do it when we get to the taboo.
And one thing they do bring up in the article, I actually didn't check who wrote the article, but I think generally their team, but I wasn't sure if it was a single designer. But they even took a bunch of art assets out of the FAQ because they're like, this thing is huge and people want to print it, and you don't need like a half page of Arkham art in the middle of essentially a reference text. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. And two, when I scroll through the FAQ, I just look for the red text. And I like, oh, what's that about? Oh, I don't care, right? Like, it just little erratas on like, and I find too, and it's great that they're still doing erratas. Like, I don't take this as anti-errata, but there's some that it's like, oh, I was playing that card that way anyways. Like, it's the rules as intended versus rules as written, and I think,
Sure.
Yeah. Anyways,
Seems fine to me.
taboo list. Sean, I have some great news. Necronomicon got unchained.
Wait, so it's like off the forbidden list?
No. It got unchained, so it doesn't cost extra XP. The bad news is now it's forbidden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, you had me. I'm sorry I ruined it for you.
Oh.
I wish I had paid no attention to it. Okay, well, here, forbidden. There we go. There it is.
Yeah.
I have seen firsthand it cause some shenanigans. I do think it's fun still, and I will still put it in decks. But I'm not very good at Arkham, so I can't. But I get why in the quest to balance, you would just say, nah, it's like this is too problematic for everything that synergizes with tomes.
Yeah. I mean, and is it secrets on it?
Oh yeah, tomes and secrets.
Yeah, it's the secrets.
What
part.
tomes and secrets? The like two biggest things seekers do.
Yeah, and like just stuff like cheating tomes in and being able to use abilities without paying the costs and all the things that the Necronomicon can do. There were ways to go infinite with it, and it was nuts. So I understand why. I think it's still, to me, because I know that the rules of the taboo list is you need to play all of taboo or none of taboo. Like you're either playing taboo or not.
Right.
But I can see a world where I'm like, I kind of want to play the Necronomicon. I'm just going to play it as the chained version where I have to pay extra XP for it. But I'm also not going for that absolutely broken Mandy deck that's going to loop it literally every turn or something, right? Like there's...
Sure.
I understand why they essentially banned it though. So
I can see why it's a problem.
yeah. Moving on to Flurry of Blows and Archibald McVeigh. They each got -2 experience to make them a little cheaper.
Interesting.
Which will actually maybe inspire me to use Archibald, because I did feel like 5 XP for his ability.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he gives you the intellect
steep.
stat boost. I'll quickly read them, but 4 cost asset, 5 XP, intellect, wild icon, ally, assistant reporter, scholar decks only, uses 4 secrets, you get a 1 intellect boost, and secrets on assets you control may be spent as resources to pay for insight events you play. He takes a lot to set up. That's the issue too, right?
Yeah.
Like you can spend those secrets to pay for your events, but also you need a bunch of assets with secrets on them. So.
And you'll probably need a bunch of events that replenish your secrets. So at a certain point, you'd want a 5 XP ally to be like the capstone and really cool thing that all the secrets are doing, not like, because he's more of an enabler, right? Like he's not the payoff. He enables.
He's a piece in the engine, a cog in the machine.
Yeah. Oh, Flurry of Blows. That is interesting because when we did Iron Man and Arkham Con last year, I handed my friend Kip a Lily Hammer deck that had Flurry of Blows in it, and that was ridiculous. But I suppose, obviously that's the most extreme case for it. But I didn't expect this one to get any adjustments.
It's tough for me to want to play 5 XP events, quite honestly, because events are so fleeting. Or skills, right? Like,
sure.
When I think of 5 XP, like you said, it's a capstone thing. It's a permanent card. It's an asset you want to rush to play, something that's going to stick around.
A big momentum shift for your game.
Yeah, like to spend 10 XP to put 2 events in your deck, like those events better just be absolutely amazing. And as cool as Flurry of Blows is, it also asks you to have a weapon in play, and it ends your turn after you do all the attack. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's not a 5 XP card, and I'm really happy they knocked it down a bit.
Yeah, like if it didn't, I think you're right. If it didn't have like the downsides kind of built into what it was already doing, then it's a different story. But it seems fine at 3.
Yeah,
cool.
Okay, next one. Now we're moving on to mutated stuffed Swift Reflexes. Just got limit twice per round.
And that's the fast event that lets you essentially pay 2 resources to get an immediate action, right?
Yep. Immediately taking actions if it were your turn.
Boy, it's almost like the cards that spawn actions out of nowhere are the ones that are really the problem.
I think this one was used also in another... I'm pretty sure this was in the Mandy. Loop your entire deck each turn and make a ton of resources, and you could play this like 5 times in a turn kind of thing. So
that's crazy.
Again, this feels like something where if you're not going for that crazy infinite, you won't even notice the limit twice per round. Like this is just hey, I'm playing this for value in the middle of my friend's turn because it makes sense and it's a good choice.
Yeah.
So
where it'd be like cool to split a turn up, even though Arkham makes you take all 3 of your actions at once. Like it's cool for that.
Yeah.
What deck size does that Mandy deck play with? 30, I assume.
I believe it is 30. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was another thing with the taboo to her, making her 50.
Required 50.
Was she tabooed or was that an errata? I think she got errata, didn't she?
Oh, no, she's sitting right here on the taboo.
Oh, it is taboo? Okay. Chuck Fergus, basically...
Daddy Chuck! What happened to Daddy Chuck?
he just made it so you can't play. He can't use the make an event become fast on someone else's turn.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So
Reasonable.
yeah, I completely fair. Like this.
Yeah.
This is what I love about the taboo stuff. Is like this is just a small tweak.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been okay if this was an errata, honestly, but it's a fun little trick though. If you're not playing taboo, to like play other events. Yeah.
So, question for you, and this is a bit of a tangent, but might be fun rules theory from our rules guy. You say you wish it were an errata. What's the difference? They're both changes to the card in this FAQ. Like, what to you would make the difference of it being an errata versus a mutation?
For me, it would be, I guess the idea.
Errata's mandatory?
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe not on this one. There is a card coming up somewhere here when I was making the notes where I'm like, this should have been an errata, not like it was fixing the card, which for me, Chuck Fergus, this feels like a fix, not necessarily a balance as much.
Sure. I know we are doing our best at a higher level to reduce the amount of like actions that interrupt other things or occur within other or like tests within tests and stuff like that. So like all the nested triggers and whatnot.
That's
That would
to me, like, I understand why, but that was also like when I play non-taboo and I want to play like super power crazy weird decks, that's where the fun of the game is for me, where it's like in the middle of this combat. And I mean, they changed the rule on this, where like in the middle of this combat, when I'm, you know, before I commit cards, I'm going to take an action within this action to do this, which changes how they, like, oh God, I love that stuff. But I understand.
Gee,
Oh, they're
why
taking
do
away
you
all your
like
tools.
playing Magic.
Yeah. What are you saying? You mean magical
That you
cards in
sent-
Arkham?
That you sent us a picture of a gross Magic video you were watching that had like a, 16... 20, 30 card stack and circled which card was going to fire off, and the rest of us all threw up in the background, but you were like, this is amazing.
Yeah, well, you know.
No judgment on it, despite my
Yeah.
tone, but
Hey,
it was just funny to see Lotho Baggins pop up every 2 seconds. I'm like, wow, I had never thought I'd be watching a Magic video of this like obscure like Hobbit from Lord of the Rings.
Hey man, he's a good card.
Clearly.
Speaking of a good card, Power Word got nerfed into the ground. Sorry, Sean.
Oh, it went further?
No, it's the one where it's like this is still the July one. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. That's right. We were just not.
We're
we were
just
not
chatting about
covering it at that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I was very sad to see this, and I'm sure you were
Yeah.
too. So
I mean, look, I get it. Power Word's really powerful. Oh, I don't know, man. Like, let Purple have some powerful cards for the love of God, please. But beyond that, like the thing that upsets me the most about this, and I don't use this, but I also don't use Power Word that often, is it adds another test to the situation, and that really like slows the game down. Like the more like ancillary token manipulation you got going on, like Mystic's already slowing stuff down for that sometimes. So that's just the hardest part for me, is like suddenly during my turn I'm taking more tests. But I get it. I'm not gonna use it, but I get it.
yeah, for me, I think I agree completely. It's the added test that just makes because now it's like every action you take is like, am I committing something? What if this fails? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's decision fatigue.
Yep. Hold Up got a boost. I'm gonna read Hold Up because it's a card that I haven't used very much. But it's a 1-cost event. Parlay, choose a guardian. Choose an enemy at your location and an item asset in your hand. Perform a fight action against the chosen enemy. If you succeed, instead of dealing damage, play the chosen asset, reducing its cost by each point you succeed by. The taboo just says if you succeed, play the chosen asset, reducing the cost. So you still get the damage through.
That's what we wanted.
Oh man.
Who wants to fight and deal no damage? Not me.
Yeah. So
Good.
Yep.
That's a good change.
I like that.
And also, like, what's a holdup if there's no threat of being shot? Like,
Yeah. Hand-eye coordination got burfed or nuffed. I don't know what you want to call it. A buff nerf. I like nuffed.
nuffed. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the previous text, it's still fast, play only during your turn, 1 cost, 1 XP event. Resolve an action ability on a tool or weapon asset you control without paying its action cost. And it's been changed to resolve an action ability on a level 0 through 3 tool or weapon asset you control, ignoring all costs. So
we didn't learn from sleight of hand, boys, did we?
Yeah, I love this one.
I mean, I think it was really good before. This is still really good now because at least on a lot of the tools, like you're saving a supply on a lot of weapons, you're saving ammo or something. Like that's cool that you're saving the use. This was also featured in that Lilyhammer deck because why wouldn't you? It's a great card, and it's still really good.
Yep. There is a in the new core set, there is a level 3 sledgehammer, I believe. So, yeah, I am totally
into
okay with
that.
this. Yep. And then Blood of Thoth, which
no, can we talk about this on the internet?
Why not?
I just remember Blood of Thoth drawing a lot of ire when it dropped. That's all.
God. Well, it kind of got like buffed quite a bit. So before, it used to be when one or more Doom is placed on a card you control, exhaust Blood of Thoth and place one resource on this card as an offering. And then you had to pay, if it had 3 or more offerings on it, remove all offerings and exhaust it. Choose an investigate location to immediately take an action as if they return. This one now is when Doom is placed on a card you control, place one resource on Blood of Thoth. So there's no exhaust. It can happen a
Thank
bunch
God.
of times. There's a payoff to Doom putting on your cards, which I think the biggest issue with Doom cards is there was so much risk to it, and the payoffs were small. Like I'm getting rid of whole rounds of the game. Like let me, let it be worth it.
That's always been my thing with Doom cards. It's like the cost is the Doom.
Yeah.
Stop putting XP and resources on these cards so hard.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah. And then the Squiggly Boy action thing on this, during the investigation phase, except during an action, I see what you did there, spend 2 offerings and exhaust this, choose investigate location to immediately take an action as if it were their turn. So it costs 1 less offering, and you're not removing all of them. So if you have 6 on there, that's 3 turns you can do this action.
To make change.
Again, thank you, because if I'm putting 6 Doom on my cards, I want to have the payoff. So
yeah,
I think,
the math on the OG version was just so slow.
Yeah,
so slow for and like Doom play. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna see in Chapter 2. I hope we still see it because I think it's a cool mechanic. But I really hope it's splashy when it shows up because it just feels like so often they're so reserved in their design of Doom play stuff, and it ends up being just kind of meh and niche at best.
Yeah.
Except for our Lord and Savior David Renfield.
Yes.
Hallowed be his name.
Yeah. David Renfield feels like Doom play done really well. But I also understand, like, Doom play, God, that is a hard thing to design for.
It's so situational. It's so, like, tied to, like, all right, what agenda are you on? How much threshold does it have? Like, how does that limit us in how we design, like, one long agenda? Suddenly that enables a bunch of stuff. Like, I get it's a problem, but...
Yeah.
Or
a scenario where
cool
there's, like, 6 agendas and they're each 2 Doom each, right?
Yes.
Like, that changes it completely, and that is... And how much advantage do you want to give for putting a Doom on? Because, like, how much mitigation of Doom do you have? Well, yeah, I understand why, but...
Yeah, and then you got the scenarios where, like, a Doom is not the end of the scenario, or, like, what is it? Was it the Clutches of Chaos? Like, Doom doesn't do the same thing there, so, like, how do you address that? And, like... I get it. But
what was
Doom cards do cool things.
Was it Clutches of Chaos? What was the scenario where Ian, it was an Iron Man, he had David Renfield, and he got him up to, like, 8 Doom, because Doom on player cards subtracted from the Doom on the agenda. And so we just David Renfield until he had, like, 30 resources, and then he played a card where he could share all the resources with everyone else, and then killed Renfield, and then we just, like, flew through the game.
When was Ian playing Mystic Guardian?
Oh, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just a dream Scott had.
Yeah. It's something crazy. Anyways, Power Word died so that Blood of Thoth could live, so...
I guess.
That's what I take from this FAQ.
And all the Mystic cards were middling now. Which I guess is the point.
Yeah. They also kind of introduced the beta of the new formats, which they kind of laid out more in 2.5, but the idea of, like, Legacy versus, Chapter 2, and then also... what do you call it? Like, where you only take, like, 3 expansions worth, right? Like 3 campaigns worth of cards and make a deck out of that. And so, yeah.
I like limited card pools.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's a fun thought experiment to me. I don't know how often I would ever do that.
I would need to play a lot more and want to have my own desire to mix the game up farther.
Mm-hmm.
Well, or it would be like an event you would set up of like, hey,
Sure.
when we're all getting together, we're going to do an Iron Man that we've already done, but we're going to use this card pool. So
Yeah.
to me, that's where that type of thing stands out is, yeah, it's either to your point, Sean, when you really need more to do, or, hey, we're getting together, or maybe it's a group of friends that's different than how we are, where we have everything. And so it's setting up a little bit of the limited card pool that way, or it could just be a challenge. It definitely wouldn't be my go-to, but I like that they've got it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, is that that's 2025.
That's 2.4.
Woohoo.
Now we get to move on to FAQ 2.5.
Yes, we do.
Oh yeah!
It's time for you to get fact.
Bugle.
I'm running out of ideas on things to put in. I know Reed asked earlier. He's like, so you're going to keep on continuing this into the new one, or do you have to reset for chapter 2 with a new stinger? And I'm not sure yet. So
It's a lot of pressure.
It is.
Well, that's the thing. Will it be a legacy FAQ? Will it be chapter 2 FAQ?
Ooh, that's a good
what type of
point.
environment do you want to be in, Scott?
Yeah. Well, anyways, speaking of legacy.
What words rhyme with grimoire?
Why do you ask?
Because the new one's going to be called a grimoire. That's why.
Oh, gotcha. Oh,
Yeah.
it's not going to be called a FAQ?
Nope, the grimoire is going to be the living, like, ongoing game text.
Boudoir.
Boudoir film noir. Memoir.
Well, that's tough because now I can't use the get fact
I will.
pun. So,
Maybe we'll do it one more time just to see it off into the sunset.
yeah. All right. Anyways, 2.5. So this is like the capstone to chapter 1. This is the final balance where they've kind of said, like, unless there's something egregious that comes up, this is it for chapter 1. So a couple of erratas, a few little scenario things like setup or rewording on things. If you really are interested in those, just scroll through and look for the red. Agatha's Ocula Obscura got errated to, as I say, work the way you think it does, because I guess technically as it's written, there's a way where you can infinitely loop the one token that's on it.
Really?
I don't fully understand it. I asked some people in the rules channel to explain it to me, and I was like, that seems hinky, but yeah.
I swear, because I played like I've played more Agatha than any investigator out of that box, and I never read it that way. Maybe I'm too close to Nick, clearly.
Well, and Scott, I think it's a good move because if it's at the point that you think it's too much jank, like
It wasn't
that tells you something.
Yeah, it wasn't too much jank. It just seemed like it was utilizing the wording on a card. If you read it a certain way, I can see how it worked. I don't know. I'm usually very much a rules as intended person. I get sometimes like rules as worded gets you some fun stuff, but I would highly doubt that more than 5%, if that, of the Arkham community was playing it the weird way. I think most people played it the way you kind of read it and get the gist of it. They did clarify that your
Just
collection...
limit once per phase. Like, so at most you could get 2 like tokens off of this, right? 2 token fixings.
Something
Anyway,
like
sorry.
that. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't fully look into it, but it works the way you think it does now. Your collection does not include anything in game, which is they define that, like, because there's some that's like where you go look for in your collection for a card. You can't go into your deck and look for that.
Oh, that's tricky. That's tricky gamer shit right there. Good
Yeah.
job, guys.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing that, like, as a DM, I'd be like, you little fuckers.
Yeah. I'll allow it this
no,
time.
but yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. The problem was that if you only took one test per phase, you could always resolve the same token for those tests. And it could be a 0, for example.
You loop the same token, which
Yeah.
I'm sure, depending on the token you grab, could be really
That's
really
what it was.
powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Also, with your collection, it's only one of each product. So even if you own like 5 copies of, I don't know,
Let me go get my 6th
Dunwich-
copy of Power Word. Why don't
right?
I?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, so it limits you that way. But that's also, I mean, it makes sense because if you have 2 copies in your deck, but you're like, well, I own 4 copies because I bought 2 boxes, so I can go get my right. Like, the 2 copies are in my deck, but I can go get a 3rd one from my collection. They're like, no, your 2 copies are in your deck, and that's where your collection ends.
Fair.
Which is touche, gamers, touche.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yep. Also, permanent cards cannot have their text blanked or treated as blank,
Ooh, that's interesting.
because if they did, then they'd lose the keyword permanent, which has a whole bunch of other things tied to it, where it could be discarded or put into a deck or something else. Like, it ruins permanent cards.
I'm sorry, guys. You just got to put Elite on player cards too, and then we're good.
Yeah.
There's a solution here.
Yeah.
I would love to see some encounter cards that do not affect Elite player cards.
Yeah.
That would feel really good for my soul.
Well, I mean, the elite version in player cards is just permanent now. So,
Yeah, well, there you go.
so clarification on actions and when you lose/get them. Did you know you get your actions in your upkeep, and then you don't get to spend them till your turn?
Oh, interesting.
Because when
I mean, I guess that makes sense because that is when all when you replenish everything.
and then because
But-
if you lose an action in the Mythos phase, you then lose it in that turn that you're about to take.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they just clarified a bunch of stuff around that, and then when you choose to stop spending actions and end your turn, you lose all future actions until refresh. Which again seems they put a lot of
So not even what's the one we just talked about? Quick reflexes.
yes.
But you're not limited to playing that during your turn,
No.
though, right?
No, you're not.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So, what would it... I'm trying to think of cards that this would prevent from triggering out of the intended...
I'm honestly not sure. I think it has to do with something counting how many actions you have left over. You go into refresh. Do you still have that action? Then if you lose an action
sure.
in Mythos, did you lose the action you didn't
Oh,
spend?
yeah. Did you,
know what I mean?
bank it from last turn?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. None of that. You take your licks like the rest of us, son. That was the action you were really counting on.
Yeah. Like Philion says, this works the way you always thought it did, but few things like email rulings had said otherwise. Okay.
Oh, got it.
So,
Clarifying. All right, well, there you go. That's why it's in that section.
There was also clarification on the legality of playing cards if the card's action changes the game state to make something legal. So the biggest example of that is Spectral Razor, fighting an aloof enemy, but Spectral Razor allows you to engage that enemy. Because essentially the way Spectral Razor, you can't play it to fight an enemy that you're not engaged with if it's aloof.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
But it allows you to engage it before you do that, therefore making itself legal to play.
Was that not obvious?
It basically, they cemented the ruling.
Okay.
So it's a lot of this, and kudos to them for this. A lot of this is just okay, let's make sure the rules are solid. Here's all the rulings over, the 10-year history of the game. Let's put some in stone. And yeah. Weaknesses with a player card type are not considered neutral.
I'm sorry, Scott.
Yeah.
Go back because it's probably just again because it sounds like it's the thing we've known, but run me through that one again about the change. So it's or what it cements.
Basically,
It broke my brain.
yeah. So some people would have argued that Spectral Razor can't attack an aloof enemy, but Spectral Razor allows you to basically, the text of it allows you to modify the game essentially before it's played to make it legal to play Spectral Razor. Basically, Spectral Razor does what it says on the tin, but in the rules minutia, it wouldn't have necessarily been allowed.
Okay, because the whole you have to change the game state was some people would have been reading it as because
you can't
it
fight
gets rid of it otherwise. Yeah,
because
you can't.
you can fight an enemy that's not engaged with you at your location, But if it has aloof, it must be engaged with you. But Spectral Razor allows you, before the attack, to engage that enemy. So now it allows you to fight an aloof enemy that you're not engaged with when you play Spectral Razor.
Okay.
I think this is basically a Spectral Razor ruling, but yeah.
You know, you know what? Rules people really like to get into the nitty gritty, and I do see that, like, technically it is a fight action, and in order to initiate a fight, but also it says that you can do it on the card, guys. Come on.
But the argument was you wouldn't be able to play it in the first place, right? Like, you can't even get to that point of the text of the card because you can't play the fight. So they made it work the way you think it should work, I think, at least. Yeah.
We get to keep our one really powerful level 0 card.
Yeah, hooray, Mystics, you get something. Weirdly clarifying that weaknesses with a player card type, like, you know, when you have, like, an asset, like the tarot card.
Or weakness events, like, are a thing.
Yeah. They are not considered neutral cards.
Okay. Do they have a class?
No, they do not. They are weakness. Yeah.
They are classless.
They are completely without class.
And I guess, is neutral classless, or is neutral's a class? It's just neutral. Because we have neutral investigators.
I don't think it's a class, though.
Oh boy,
I think it's just neutral, and just
okay.
Yeah, well, that makes sense actually, then, because weaknesses are not considered neutral cards.
Yeah, right. Because why else would we be talking about it?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. Anyways, this one is kind of important, and I feel like I've been playing it this way for years. But upgrading or purchasing cards between scenarios happens one card at a time, and if a card were to change the deck building rules, it takes effect immediately. So big examples like adaptable. You buy adaptable, now you can use adaptable right then before you continue your purchases. Underworld Market immediately makes your deck bigger, etc.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This one's getting a little bit into the nitty gritty of how tests work, but like the different steps of going through tests, right? Of like initiating the test, committing cards, pulling the token, the symbol thing goes off, you check to see if you pass, fail, etc. So test difficulty is locked at stage 6 or step 6, which is step 6 is the check to see if you passed or failed.
Okay.
So you've drawn the token, you've executed the little symbol thing if there is one, and now you are checking skill versus number. But it can change in the test earlier. So the big example of this is a test based on cards in hand. If you commit cards, you're lowering the difficulty. But once you pull that token, if that failing the test would make you discard cards, it does not change the difficulty then, because you'd be like, well, now do I pass the test? It's
sure.
Yeah.
It was locked. It's locked at step 6. Then that makes perfect sense. That like it would have to work that way.
Yeah. Again, this seems like a lot of these, and they're kind of bringing this up in the FAQ in like big paragraphs. Like this is I feel like a cementing of rules, and I'm not sure if this was planned as like almost as not a stepping stone, but just building a better base for Chapter 2, where it's like we now have like an excellent framework of rules where very minutiae things are explained and regulated, however you want to call it.
Finally, it says neutral is a class, but it's not a role for Lola. All right, so is neutral just the lack of class then? It's just like a blank spot where a class would be, but different from player card weaknesses. Who knew?
No, it is a class.
It is a class.
That seems so weird to me. But weaknesses aren't
But
neutral.
weaknesses aren't neutral.
How's neutral class? I feel like it's the absence of class, but it's like
I am curious, like, what cares about that distinction? And I don't mean that in a snarky way. I'm just like, what would refer to that distinction, and it would matter that a weakness isn't neutral? Is there? I'm trying to think. Is there like anything that specifically targets neutral cards on the player card side?
let me Let me put it a new way. Your mom is an absence of class. Thank you. That you know what, that clarifies everything for me actually.
That's all I need.
Yep. For your question, Sean, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Neutral.
and thanks Marvel, the card game. You taking damage is any asset you control and the investigator. So anytime you take damage, again, we kind of been, I feel like, playing that way. Like that's how Mark Harrigan works.
Sure.
but I guess just solidifying it. Because the thing in Marvel's, unless they've changed it since I stopped playing, but Marvel, when they say like, whenever it said you do something, it was like specifically your hero sometimes, but also not all the time. It was the weirdest stuff.
That is my memory. Is I didn't get too deep into that. I play Marvel very casually, so I just kind of like fucking figure it out on my own table. But I remember the hubbub being like the ruling ended up being like super inconsistent and loopy.
Yeah, and it was like whenever you take damage, didn't count your allies, but you attacking your assets could attack, but it wasn't your hero attacking. You know, like you could tap stuff to, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was weird. Anyways.
But then you had to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. It was the toughest thing ever.
As if.
Yeah. As if. Oh my god. Okay, last one. Farthest from all investigators is so much easier now. It's which location's shortest path to an investigator is longest. Does that make sense?
Actually, yes.
Yeah. It used to be the location with the highest combined distance from each investigator, which I never did. I'm like, what?
Yeah, when you just like count it up, like it's in some maps you can just like suss it, but
yeah,
sometimes it's really it's not that easy.
This way is way more elegant. It's just like, listen, who's the farthest away?
Cool, I love it.
Yeah. All right, my favorite part, the taboo. First one is chaining. So Monster Slayer and Quick Shot, one card you've probably never played and one card you should play. They both lost 2 experience. So Monster Slayer is...
Ooh, that's actually really good at 3 XP.
Yeah. 1 cost event fight. If it's successful, defeat that enemy against a non-elite. Yeah. Really good in the final, what's it called? Circle and Done? What are the dancers in the space?
Oh,
thing?
yeah, the tiny dancers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I just think it's most appropriate that this came in Dunwich, which was rife with conglomerations of spheres. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's mostly why it exists.
But again, a
5 XP was
event,
always prohibitive, though.
Yeah. 5 XP event, and Dunwich was cheap, man. Like, God, like there were scenarios you'd get 2 experience from.
Yeah.
So
it's that delve too deep tax, man.
Oh,
we paid it.
Yeah. Quick Shot, which I played in my, oh my goodness, what's her name? The one-armed sailor lady.
Oh, is Quick Shot the Myriad one where you can chain them?
Yes.
You're talking about Marion, yeah.
Marion, that's it. So, yeah, it's a 2-cost event, Myriad, fast, play only during your turn, deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location, and response after you draw Quick Shot during your turn, play it, reducing its cost by 2. So for Marion, if you draw it, you can then immediately play it for free and start chaining events. Also, this is just a 2-cost fast event to do a damage, which then can allow you in Marion to draw and also play another event that doesn't have fast, but you're essentially playing it fast, which is the whole gimmick that makes Marion get to kind of that S tier level of stuff. And this now being 1 XP to get 3 copies of it. Oh my god.
That seems good. I've eyed this one so many times, and I'm just like, I don't have the draw. I'm never going to see them all. I'm just going to sit on one half the game and look at it sadly, being like, oh, you're not good by yourself.
Yeah.
But Marion, for sure, has got to be one of its best places.
I'm not sure.
Nacho, maybe?
Maybe Mark Harrigan?
Yeah, maybe Mark.
Yeah. I could see it.
It's the draw. It's the draw. It's literally just, do I draw enough cards to see them all?
Yeah. So yeah, both minus 2 XP. I love that for both.
Cool.
Strong Armed and Bums Rush each got 1 XP more.
Bums Rush.
Yeah. That one is the 2-cost event. It was normally 0. Evade, add your combat value to your skill value for this evasion attempt. If you succeed by 2 or more, deal 1 damage to that enemy. If that enemy is non-elite, you may move it to a connecting location. I think probably why this got bumped up a bit is because if that enemy is non-elite, you may move it to a connecting location. Because I don't think that's if you succeed or not. That's just...
No, that's if you play it. Look at that.
Yeah. So being able to
My brain filled in the gaps there wrong.
Yeah. So I think like the fact that you can push an enemy cost 2, fail the evasion attempt, but you still push the enemy out of the location, like that doesn't feel level 0 to me, which I get.
Yeah. Fair.
So
Love it.
Yeah, strong armed also. Fully, I have not played this card.
That's basically a vicious blow where you get to see another token by taking a damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I can confirm it's a good card.
Yeah. So now it's
Is
from
it
one
one
to two.
XP by default?
Yeah. So now it's 2.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And then finally, Rod of Carnamagos.
Not my purple cards.
Yep.
They're curse cards too.
Both the level 0 and the level 2 version got upped by 2 XP.
And I know this is because all y'all munchkins were figuring out all the different weird places you could trigger that card in and do weird shit, and that's cool. But that's also why it's on this list.
Yeah, this is another thing. Like with like I really haven't. I've toyed with this card, but I haven't really got it working, or had a decent experience with it. But I've only played a little bit. But it's another thing with the cursed stuff. Like it just feels like cursed tokens. It's like the Doom play where it's like it asks so much of you. Like the cost is the curse, but then they still add extra cost to it. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you're playing at a 4-player table, your ability to control the curse is quite difficult unless all 4 decks are playing curse.
Sure.
But then that's putting a lot of emphasis on the curses, and your bag is terrible. And is the payoff worth all the -8s that you're going to be drawing from the bag?
Yeah.
So
Can you remind me what the like? I know people like there was consternation around this, but what's the like? It's a weird nested test thing with this, or what? What is it?
So triggering the rod is a free triggered action, which can go in a lot of different places. So I think what the main thing was, and anyone in chat, if you know better than I do, feel free to correct me. But I think people are doing things like, oh, start this test, take like in that place where I'm committing things, pop this card, and then there was was it with Olive? There was some other like combo piece where you would just get to see a bunch of curse tokens, probably because you nested it. You know what, let me click into the card and see if someone has talked about this, because I'm sure someone has in the reviews. Scott, do you remember?
yeah,
I just the reason I ask is because I don't fully understand everything that was going on because I had not got around to playing with it, but knowing that it was like a nesting thing was the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just more XP on it. Like it didn't actually change it.
Yeah, if you look in the FAQs on Arkham DB, it's the first one, but and Phylian mentions this too with the Eye of Chaos.
Yeah.
Eye of Chaos would see those tokens revealed during the test.
Yep, that's what it is.
Even though it's not the token you're pulling for the test, it was tokens revealed
that just happened to be revealed during
this
test.
investigation.
Yeah.
Because you could trigger it, like, let's say, after you commit skill cards, and then Eye of Chaos says, if a curse token was revealed during this investigation, and Rod pulls, like, was it 5 tokens?
Yeah, you pull 5 tokens, and then you see how many you get to trigger Rod, but then you've now revealed 5 extra tokens during this test that looks at how many tokens you're... Yeah.
Okay.
And level 0s aren't bad because it's binary. Did you see one? Cool, you get a bonus. But level 4 Armageddon and level 4 hang on, I can do this. Level 4 what's the Shroud of Shadows? Is the evade one? Anyway, that suite of them, when you level up, they give you an additional hit for each curse you see during the test.
Okay.
Yeah. That being said, none of this was eroded or mutated. They're just like, oh, let's keep that interaction. It's just going to cost you. Sure. Which, to be fair, I like that better.
There's still good cards that are purple. They just got to reach a little bit farther for them.
Yep.
That is preferable.
Mm-hmm. A bunch of mutated cards, which totally cool with this. Wither now works with all symbols, not just the core set ones. Again, here's another good curse payoff. If you're going that curse way, is you'll probably hit the Wither, the additional -1 fight and -1 evade, or -1 health in the upgrade one. So I like that.
It's great.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of the Mystic cards that looked specifically at bad stuff tokens got a buff. Not all of them, but it's a good chunk of them. And they're all the better for it.
This one kind of feels to me should be more of an errata. Like, if the intent of the card was like, if a symbol card is revealed, I think I prefer this one more as an errata, but whatever. It is what it is. Ravenous Myconid ability went from when an investigator draws a non-weakness treachery card, if their location shroud is equal to or less than its growth. Now it's just if it's less than its growth. So it got a little bit of a nerf. So it can't be equal, which, okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Spectral Shield is limited to once per round now.
Turns out you could go nuts with charges and just never take any damage.
Yeah, you certainly could. Which is, they should have done once per phase.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I think that would have been a nice middle ground. Let purple actually have a nice card. Spiritual Echo gained fast, but is also limited to once per round, and returns to the hand at the end of round, as opposed to right away.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine by me.
All right.
Yeah, the previous one was, it just added fast and play only during your turn, which actually I like the fast part.
Yeah, fast is like the biggest improvement for sure.
Yeah. This is another one that I think should be an errata similar to Wither. Or those other cards too that look at symbols. Like just change the 4 symbols into symbol or whatever.
Yeah.
But Library Pass, this one, so the forced thing, this is that you can attach a book to this thing and it does stuff. But the old version is forced. When your turn ends, you must either pay a resource or place attached asset on the bottom of your deck. The problem with that is you must either pay 1 or place attached asset on the bottom of your deck. If you don't have an attached asset, you must pay a resource.
Oh no. Okay. All right. That's fair. Yeah. Why that?
So they just reword it. So to me, this should be just the errata in my mind. But when the turn ends, place attached asset on the bottom of your deck unless you spend a resource.
Yeah, that just works as it should.
Yeah. To me, it feels like that's probably how I would have read it. I could mistakenly read it that way anyways. On Their Heels, which is a card I have not used, but it starts with 5 lead tokens on it. It's 5 XP. It's one of those cards where you choose if you have the trait as an investigator. But after you enter a location with 1 or more enemies, spend 1 lead and exhaust On Their Heels, either discover a clue or deal 1 damage to an enemy at the location. And now it just, when you run out of leads, it self-discards. So that I guess you could play it again, as opposed to, like, how are you going to refill leads? You know what I mean?
Like, but like we have a fair few cards that have a singular uses thing. Like, I'm wonder why this one specifically got called out.
I think probably because it also doesn't take up a slot, so there's no way. It'd be very difficult for you to knock this out to re-loop it through your deck in a long scenario. You know what I mean? Not saying like it's a super looping card like a Mandy.
Sure.
Thing, but it's just, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a Crypt Chill will do it for you.
That's true. Yep. And then finally, you can now burn your copy of Burn After Reading because it is forbidden. Yeah. Oh, Philion says
it's forbidden.
You can't even play your second copy if this one is in play.
Oh, because it says limit 1 per
per
investigator. That's why.
There we go.
You can't boot it out. Not a slot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That tracks then.
You're hoping for a Crypt Chill.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Burn After Reading, banned.
What was the problem with Burn After Reading?
I think the way they talked about this in the article is basically like it can cause issues in design, and there's certain discover 2 clues at your location. If the exiled card was 2 or higher, remove 1 doom from the current agenda, then exile it. I don't really know why this is.
Because you have to exile cards from your deck, which is not nothing. That's a pretty big cost.
Yeah, exile a level 0 to 5 card in your hand. Discover 2 clues at your location. The exiled card was level 2 or higher. Remove 1 doom. People were using,
and then you have to purchase cards to fill your deck in between, right? Like you have to get back up to.
I'm pretty sure you can take level 0s to get back up
free,
to your.
you can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'd have to pay for any XP.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You could also exile an Unchained card. So a level 2 card that has now been knocked down to 0 XP because of the taboo. You can now exile that and then buy it back for free, but you're getting the remove 1 doom from the current agenda.
No, you're kicked out of the D&D group if you start pulling that shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's some munchkin shit. Because
Sorry, I
because
missed it.
so we're saying like for any of these cards that have been reduced in the amount of XP they cost, people would buy them at the lower XP cost and be like, well, no, but it's still a level 2 card, so I get to do the good thing with it. It's like no, like
Oh,
Well, that's very clear though in the taboo that it's just the XP
I
that's
know.
changing. It's not the level because that affects other cards too. So
yeah, it's still some
Okay.
shystery bullshit though.
Reed's also saying they could also do some really weirdness with customizable cards, which can be sort of added in for free if you buy an upgraded on one that you already have a copy of.
That's legit because you're
Yeah.
upgrading the cards in general and not the specific one you're exiling. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So you could exile Signum Crucius, which was a level 2, and yeah,
Yeah, Phylin. It is probably unreasonable for me to like look at the taboo list and then get angry about all the munchkin-y things the players are doing. That is, I am doing this to myself. I've built this prison. Isn't it nice?
You've never played against any of these people and never will. You'll never experience any of this.
Right.
But you must shake your fist at a cloud.
That's right. Yep.
I think
It
he
is my
should
right
shake
as an
his.
old man.
I think he should shake his fist at the cloud because that's why I keep asking the questions. I'm like, wait, how is this? Why don't we just play the game, guys?
Yeah.
Clearly, these are not because of me.
Reed mentions too that Burn After Reading, he's like, it was just a real bag of rats card. So that's
Rats.
a bag of rats. Just I don't know. It's probably like in design or in balancing. It's like, oh, but this one, and you know what? It was designed by the Council in Exile at Gen Con 2020. So it's also like a player created. Like, of course, this wasn't designed by the design team. You know,
Yeah.
like
Okay, so a bag of rats is a classic D&D thought experiment, an exploit where player could carry a bag of harmless, easily killed creatures like rats in order to trigger on-kill or on-hit abilities their character has. So, like,
oh my god,
you want to trigger some, like, really cool on-hit spell or something, you just, like, pull out a rat and, like...
I was really hoping there was more of a
That's
real,
awesome.
like a, and I'm air quoting here for anyone who can't see, a real life saying behind.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, tell me the story.
Oh, Fi, you got there first. That's really good. 8.5.
Bag of Rats was Sean's swarm punk band in college.
I'm glad you saw our show.
that one show. Did you release a bag of rats into the crowd? That's gonna be our shtick, guys. It'll be
That's
a
right.
signature move. It's like Ozzy biting the head off a bat, but worse somehow.
No, it was 4 guys and they all had rat tails.
Oh yeah, rat tails. Those were hot for 6 months.
They were a thing.
But yeah, that brings us to the end of the 2.5 FAQ, and that capstones Chapter 1, unless something absolutely crazy, batshit insane happens, I guess.
I do at some point want to look through the boons and burdens in this final list because it's been a long time since I've like really looked at it. You know, this goes back to like Carcosa or Dunwich is when they started doing the invocation events and all that stuff that went with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a hot minute, and there's some cool ones on here.
Yeah, there's a few that almost feel like just make it a rule where goodness, it was like some of the exile cards you can only treat them as campaign only. So what's the one where you get like 10 resources, it's a survivor card, but you become
A scrupulous loan.
yeah, like that one going in a standalone feels like cheating.
Sure, yeah, like
Yeah.
the ones that really only punish you if there's a scenario you're playing next.
Yeah, and that like
That makes sense.
there's a Bane that's like treat them as if they're campaign only, which
Sure.
yeah. But I also get
But like, what do you do when it's your signature weakness, like a Roland or a Jenny or a
yeah, that's true.
Akachi?
Yeah.
I feel like they started chilling out on those ones like midway through the game, but it's also been a minute.
Yeah.
Well, what's your overall thoughts on the place that they're setting the Chapter 1 environment down in?
I like it. And I mean there's tons of erratas and rule clarifications and other stuff that I didn't bring up because it's really like I even went deeper than I thought I was going to here, but a lot of minutia. But I think it's an excellent foundation for Chapter 2. Like there's some serious bedrock here that I think is going to make their lives easier as far as designing and such, and it's going to make our lives easier as far as rules questions and not having to grim rule as much. Not that I've grim ruled like in the last couple years, I think, but
Yeah, it's been a while since I was good enough at Arkham to even have to think about it.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I definitely want to dive back into at least some of the format limiters and the ultimatums and burdens. Like that's the kind of shit that I'll go back to this for.
Mm-hmm.
I also like where they've landed on it, and I'm also going to throw out an ask to them. I will do it here because I'm also going to make Nick listen to my spiel anyway. One, I would love it if we could get a version of this final FAQ document where all the red text is black and like, hey, this is the final.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Again, for printing, I think that would be awesome. And two, now that we know Chapter 1 is bookended, I know FFG has released files to do print and play of the errated player cards.
That'd be cool.
It's out there. Like we can get that. But what I would love for them to finally do is the campaign cards that have errata.
Oh, right.
Because then we can print them and
interesting.
have hey, here are the final versions of it, rather than always having to go to the
I don't
document.
always
So,
have Arkham cards with me. Yeah.
yeah. So anyone from FFG listening, please do those things because it'd
That
be
would be
awesome.
great.
Thanks.
It'd be a great swan song for Chapter 1 to just be like, here's all the fixes. Go.
Well, and we still have to get them printed ourselves and whatnot, but it's just putting the digital files there for changes they've already said are official if we play with them.
Yep.
I'm reading over all these boons, and I think it would be very interesting to play. I would want to do this one time and one time only, and Sean, I will not include you with this because I think you would hate it. But I would play a non-taboo campaign where you have all the boons, and you're just I mean, it'd be just so easy. But I just love to see like how many rounds does it take you to beat Dunwich with all the boons?
I mean, I don't know.
Like how
I'd
stratospherically
I'd be more likely to
powered-
participate in that one than the other one, the one where we take like a ton of
all the ultimatums. Oh god, that would be.
That's I was hearing it that way because I was forgetting the terminology, and I was like, oh, so you take 2 turns and die. Great.
I wonder if we could do one standalone scenario with every single ultimatum. 'Cause, I mean, some of them.
I mean, we could do it. Progress is questionable, but we could do it.
Yeah, like would that be fun? Because I'm
No.
okay. Thank you. No.
We could have people spend channel points to add boons to the pool.
Yeah.
Help us out. Clearly, people are holding on to their tote bags, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, what, I would love to do all the boons and we play through, God, what are the 2 Egypt scenarios called? Because those
Eternal
ones are,
Slumber
yeah.
and, Guardians of the Abyss is what they're called collectively.
Yes. Play through that, because that one's still a,
Eternal Slumber is scathing 3-part scenario by itself.
yeah, it's, yeah. Because those I still love them because they are kicking the pants. Like they are a gut check.
They're no
for sure.
joke.
Yeah. But
Even now, like I went back and started to play it again, and I was like, oh man, like these enemies are just no joke, and they keep coming back, and you got to cover a lot of space really fast and hit some big tests.
yeah.
Despite how long the scenario is, you definitely run out of time every time.
Mm-hmm. And if you're playing 4-player with the Abyss starting at 4, oh, God rest your soul.
Yeah, I
So-
feel the salt rising already. Oh, fuck me for having friends. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, MJ.
Love playing it solo. Oh, -1. Neat. Yeah.
I remember coming off of Gen Con playing that in 4-player by surprise, and this was right after TFA dropped. So I have just spent like a month and a half just getting my ass handed to me by Arkham.
Yeah.
And I was so salty. And the next time I talked to MJ, like she was so sweet. It was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry you're having a rough time." Like, I immediately deflated. I'm like, "Oh, I can't be angry."
Yeah. Yeah.
But I certainly was at Gen Con. A -4 skull off the jump is wild.
Yeah. That's a rough way to start.
That was a rough one.
Yeah. Suddenly Jim Culver is like MVP. Yeah.
Oh, I remember how few investigators we had at the time too. So like there was a clear winner. There was a clear like, oh, I'm playing Jim next time we play this.
Oh, what was the name of the
And I
TFA
did.
scenario that's just an absolute backbreaker the first time you play it?
You'll have to be more specific.
The one with the flipping locations. And it's in
You'll have to be more specific.
Sorry, it's the one. It's shaped like a infinity symbol, and you go back in time and then forward in time. Like like you can.
Oh yeah, Boundary Beyond.
Yes, Boundary Beyond. Oh man, that one is that. That's a rite of passage.
I was really waiting for his next one to be like, it's set in Mesoamerica.
Yeah. It's the one with the snakes.
You're in Mexico and there's weird shit going on.
Oh
You draw
man,
tokens.
I still
Yeah,
have
that one. That one's tough.
I still have saved on my phone someone on the Discord years ago, like when it first came out, or 6 months later, was like, "Oh, I'm about to play this scenario," and like has a picture of them, with their opening hand, and they're playing solo and set up on the table, and everyone's like, "Okay, good luck," and then literally 45 minutes later, what the fuck was that? And then someone was like, "Yeah, that's the usual reaction to it." Oh man,
Well, you are not ready for the thicket of briars that scenario ends up being.
yeah.
So painful, and
Yeah.
once you really know it, you can learn it a little bit better. But your first time through it, when you don't really know what you're doing, and it feels
Yeah.
like no matter what way you go with it, you're just in pain and losing everything. And oof, rite of passage indeed.
You know what? Actually, my favorite memory about Boundary Beyond. Now I'm just reminiscing about Chapter One. Is the person who got into Arkham found a collection for sale on eBay, and it was like up to what was right before Edge of Eternities, Scarlet Keys. No,
Are you talking about Edge of the Earth?
Edge of the Earth. Sorry, what was it
It
before?
was Innsmouth, because Edge of the
Innsmouth.
Earth was the first big
Right.
box.
So they bought a collection, and the person's like, it's complete up to Innsmouth, and including all of Innsmouth, but everything was like, it looked like the person started playing it basically Legacy style, where they opened the packs.
In release order.
Yep, Boundary Beyond was open. Everything after that was sealed, and that's how the guy bought the collection.
I mean, if there's any scenario that's going to take you out, that one's in the top 5 for
Like it
sure.
just someone just had bought all of Arkham and got to that point. It's like, nope, I'm done.
Out.
Yeah, it's just like ripcord out of Arkham Horror, the card game.
Oof.
Yeah.
Fine, keep Mexico.
Oh
Goodness.
boy.
All right, well, I promise going forward, we will keep the Chapter 1 reminiscences to the end of the episode as we have placed it here. It makes more sense. Yeah, so I think that is going to wrap us up for tonight. Boys, any parting shots?
Excited for Chapter 2?
I think, yeah, Chapter 2 is going to be... I mean, I'm excited to dig in, and I think they left Chapter 1 in a good place. I'm glad they did one more pass at this.
Yeah.
The core set.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Scott. No,
I was gonna say-
was non-related.
Core set looks like a core set to me. I mean, like, I'm not like falling over myself like, yeah, the core set. I'm really interested in the 5 new investigator decks. That's what I'm like. I'm really hyped for those. That's what's getting me excited. So
Yeah. Yeah. What's weird is just the way life is at us right now. I'm quite sure the next time you hear Mythos Busters, it'll be post core set drop. So we will be in the new world. So living in the doldrums that we have been living in for the past little while, and the malaise, the ennui, the verschmaltz that has come from all of this is going to be, I'm going to be glad to see it in the rear view and start getting some new Arkham. It's going to be new Arkham, which means all the good things, hopefully. But I did want to mention that I am making slow and steady progress on the Drowned City. We are still working on our back-end connection to Arkham cards, but it is still available in the normal way. Up to, what did I just do? I just did Obsidian Canyons, which is like, if you follow it cover to cover, that's like you've traveled all the way through Aurelia. So, yeah. Anyway, that's out there for everyone, and it's going to be done just in time for me to crack into the new core set.
well, hopefully the core set Dissonant Voices is going to be much shorter than, a giant campaign. So
Yeah, presumably.
Yeah.
Presumably. Although I will say, like, now that I've gotten through all of them since the big box expansions have started, Edge was a big uptick. Scarlet Keys was obviously crazy. That was the most text ever.
Mm-hmm.
Hemlock doesn't have as much text, but it had more entries. So it didn't take me as long to record, but it took me longer to edit than Scarlet Keys. So despite the fact that it ended up being shorter, I feel like it was the same amount of work. The Drowned City is such a civilized world compared to both of those. It is so reasonable, the amount of text that precedes and follows every scenario. It's pretty great, I must say.
The investigators went east. Next scenario. Investigators kept going east. Next scenario.
I think I've recorded if the expedition headed west like 16 times at this point.
What was the little fun stat we had for Edge of the Earth? That the Distant Voices was longer than the audiobook of...
For At the Mountains of Madness.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yep, that says a lot, because that was one of Lovecraft's longest stories, if not his longest.
Really?
I think Dream Quest beats it, but of like the classic Lovecraft novellas, I'm pretty sure it's at least in the top 2 or 3. His shit was short.
I don't think I've ever read a full Lovecraft book.
Oh,
Yeah.
Scott,
I really should.
It's public domain.
Yeah.
And there is one particular recording that I fucking love, and I can't listen to any other person do the audio narration for Lovecraft. If I had no qualms on the use of AI, I would turn for my own sake. I would turn Dissonant Voices into an AI reading from this guy.
Oh, I see.
So let me send you the YouTube
very
videos.
clear for everyone listening, we're not going to do that.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
no, we are not.
Yep.
We are not. We are raw, organic, human sweat, labor and product over here. But for my own use, it would be really cool to have that dude who is long dead by now. I'm pretty sure the recordings were in like the 60s, but it would be really cool to have him. That's a dream of mine.
Like, I'm not a horror guy. That's the thing. Like, that's not a genre that I enjoy. So I've never really sought it out. Like, I kind of like a bit of it. Like, I mean, it's weird saying this on Arkham Horror, the card game, but like that's not what draws me to this game, right? It's the action, the mechanics, the story, everything like that. It could be steampunk, and I'd have the same feeling. So
Could it be steampunk?
If you were living back in Lovecraft's time, the stuff he was writing about was like the Space Marines of today.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's right up your alley.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, like Lovecraft did not write Stephen King type of horror. Like it's presented and laid out and worded very, very differently. And there's very few like shocking, gross out horror moments. It's more like kind of this eking feeling of weirdness and alienation and the fuck is that? But Mountains of Madness is by far my favorite because it is so fucking aggressively boring at the beginning. And then the layers start to peel.
Yeah.
Until you get more and more, like it's so good. Anyway, I'll send you the link.
All right.
There's a fantastic narrator, and it's a free YouTube video. So if you ever want to audiobook it, it's 4 hours.
I also have never read a Stephen King book outside of the Dark Tower series.
Oh, really? You didn't read any of the ones that are connected to it?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So maybe this is
Anyway,
the year.
all right. Well, that's
Chapter two.
our that's our unscheduled tentacle time. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time on Mythos Busters.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.